Okay, good morning. It is Monday. I have just made myself a little ginger powder and hot water and done my skincare and just trying to get myself in the right frame of mind for today. I'm looking out at London, which is starting to wake up and get busy. It looks kind of hazy today, but I feel like it's going to burn through because it's been pretty sunny the last few days. I'm going to start my day by getting on the mat. I feel like it's been a while since I've stepped on the mat properly and practiced asana and breathwork, practiced my sun salutations, a yoga class this weekend, part of my yoga teacher training, so I want to try and get back in the swing of things. And then I've got some vocals to record to send off to somebody, because I've got a DJ mix to record for Radio 1. And if you're not from the UK, then BBC Radio 1 is one of the main radio stations we have here for like electronic music, and I need to decide what I'm going to do for it, because I can either go my like light atmospheric drum and bass or go more heavy. Maybe a light to dark could be quite cool, but it is only 30 minutes, so I need to be kind of specific on what I want to put across. I can feel myself heading into my luteal phase. I'm trying to be as in tune with my body as possible. I mean, yesterday was Sunday. I napped on the sofa in the afternoon for like 2 hours, which I never do, but it felt so good. It was one of those naps where it was just delicious. It was like you could feel yourself falling back off to sleep and you just let yourself. I felt like a cat. My partner had the football on. It was just a classic cozy Sunday afternoon. And then I might go down to the co-working space and do some revision for my yoga teacher training, which is coming to an end in May. And there's a retreat, like a week-long retreat in Italy that we're doing, and we're going to meet everyone in person for the first time and do an exam. And exams don't feel particularly like a safe space for me. So I'm going to get ahead and do some revision. I know it's not really that deep, like they've said it's going to be fine. But I feel like I'm going to be taken back to standing outside the exam hall and everyone's like, so did you learn this? Did you learn this? What's the answer to this? And I'd just be stood there being like, I did not revise enough for this. Not even through like lack of effort, just through being able to retain information about subjects that massively intimidate me. So I'm gonna go and practice some breath work. I'm gonna do Anulom Vilom, which is the alternate nostril breathing, and some Kapalbhati, which is the skull shining breath, which is where you pump like from the stomach, only for like 5-10 minutes, just to get myself refreshed and balanced before I have some breakfast and nourish my body. As you can see, I've got a bit of a glow on. Even just 2 rounds of sun salutations each side makes such a difference to my morning. It makes my body feel alive. It feels like I'm moving all of the stagnant energy, the prana around my body. And also beginning with the breath work really helped to get into the space and to balance my brain and my body. I did notice quite a bit of tightness in my hamstrings and my legs, especially in down dog. And I think hopefully where I've been starting to go to the gym and working out my muscles, I think I've almost neglected my physical asana practice. So I'm really excited to keep practicing, basically, because obviously yoga is not just the asana physical practice, it's also the mental, how you live your life. And I feel like I've been focusing on that so much more in terms of my perception, my habits of thinking, becoming aware of my compulsions or impulses, learned behaviors, limiting beliefs. And I feel like I've been putting a lot more time and attention into that. And, you know, yoga is not just the movement, it's also how you show up in your life. Essentially just finding who you are. Definitely been not neglecting that side of things. Cool, so I'm gonna have some breakfast now. I think we've got some bean sprouts left in the fridge. So I'm gonna make a sort of like okonomiyaki kimchi vibe omelette thing. I don't know, we'll see. We also put up our bookcase the other day, and I feel like it's all my books for now, but it's looking cute. This was my watercolour painting of when we went to Crete. I've never really watercoloured before, but it was fun. I made these homemade hot cross buns because it's kind of like approaching Easter now. I didn't quite get the white cross on it because my flour mixture was too thick and then it was too thin, and then yeah, it just didn't really work. But have to say these were banging, and I made them, what was it, 2 days ago, and my partner came back and he was like, it smells like an M&S bakery in here, and that was exactly the response that I needed. So yeah, they're whole grain hot cross buns with sort of like mixed fruit and mixed peel. Left one out, and the others I've already like cut and put in the freezer, so then we can literally just take a half out, pop it in the toaster, defrost it. I am going to be really extra and heat the oven up and toast them in the oven. I do have a toaster, but this just feels more special. Goodbye. Okay, now they're gonna go back in the oven and the butter's gonna melt and it's gonna be delicious. Hello. Be really careful to not burn myself, but that's kind of happening. Oh my god. Butter is all melted. Absolutely scrummy. Honestly, I don't want to toot my own horn, but taste store-bought in a good way, not in a bad way. And because they're whole grain as well, they're actually really filling. So to be honest, a whole one is a bit much, but 10 out of 10. As you can see, this is the most basic setup possibly in existence. My partner's using the office space for his work. He's got a work from home day as well. And honestly, this is every single song that I've ever recorded. This microphone, these headphones, this laptop, this interface, no pop shield, no soundproofing, as you can probably hear the trains in the background, no speakers. So honestly, it's a wonder that anything I make is usable. You know, one day I'm sure I'll have a massive studio with extremely expensive microphones that cost like 3 grand. Okay, so that's the morning pretty much done. I think I'm gonna continue doing a bit of work, do a bit of admin, and maybe go for a little walk as well, get outside, even though the sun is still trying to brave its way through the clouds. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it. It's my first one, so yeah, I mean, I feel like I consume like a lot of YouTube that's quite similar, sort of day in the life, slow morning resets, etc., etc. So I'm excited to keep documenting parts of my journey and parts of my life that hopefully bring some peace and calm and a safe space. And yeah, make sure to check out the rest of my videos as well, like my vocal sound baths, some meditations, hopefully some proper singing bowl sound baths soon. But yeah, have a great rest of your day and see you soon.